everyone in my neighborhood was drug dealers, this and that, but they made sure I stayed on the right path, though.
We oftentimes try to figure out a way to block it out, right? There's only so much protection our parents can give us, right? I'm thankful that like people at those ages had enough had enough recognition, right, to see the gift in us and shelter us from some of the things that could have ruined our lives. I am sitting with Super Bowl champion, league-leading running back in receptions in 2021. Damn near led the team in receptions.
I was close.
In 2021. First round draft pick, Leonard, Booger, Fournette.
Oh, man, this man's a cloud.
Listen, man, this is 4th and South.
Yes.
It's amazing to see you guys' beautiful faces again. We appreciate all of the love, all of the comments, all of the just, banter going back and forth. We really do appreciate it. And like no other, like any other time, we want to invite y'all into our space again. And we're going to start this thing off with something very nice and simple, something easy, something light. Leonard, keep 5, cut 5.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
Keep.
Okay. Saquon Barkley.
Keep.
Mm-hmm. Devon Etienne. I don't know.
Okay, so looking at similarities.
Okay.
Cut.
Okay, cut.
I'm gonna cut.
Okay. Derrick Henry.
Keep.
Okay. Jamar Gibbs. Mm-hmm. It's getting tough. Yeah. You don't know who coming.
I kept 4 already?
You kept 3.
3?
And you don't know who coming. Pause.
Okay. This shit is hard.
Jamar Gibbs.
Keep
or cut?
I'm a cut.
Oh. Bijan Robinson.
Keeping.
Hey, easy. Hey, okay. Kenneth Walker.
Super Bowl MVP.
It's up to you. You got one more keep left.
Since he's doing it for the bald head fellas, I gotta keep him.
Okay, you keep him. You keeping it. So you're keeping Derrick Henry,
yes,
Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey.
Didn't I cut Jahmyr?
You cut Jahmyr?
Yeah. I think I kept Christian. I kept Saquon.
Kenneth.
I kept Kenneth.
Derrick Henry.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about Jonathan Taylor making that list if you have to do it all over again?
Oh, are these running backs from?
No, it's just from now. From now, guys that's leading the game.
Oh, from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus round.
So I could pick.
No.
I'm starting all over.
Bonus round.
Okay. So
Adrian Peterson or Barry Sanders.
Ooh.
Now look at me.
You can't compare the two though. Different running styles,
It's up to you, coach.
So am I a coach or a GM right now?
Both.
Okay. I gotta go Barry.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
I like that pick. I think you picked it right.
Yeah.
There would be, AP is AP, but I don't know. And I'm sure AP would say this. I don't think there would be an AP without Barry Sanders,
It's 2 different running styles, but I feel where you coming from.
But Barry Sanders was like...
Yeah, he is the ultimate weapon to have back there.
100%. Speaking of that, right, we're about to... A lot of kids are about to embark on a journey that's very special, right? And we're talking about the NFL draft. That's right. We're talking about
money.
The NFL draft. We want to know. I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm personally curious. What did you do with your signing bonus, your first $1 million? What did you do when that money hit your account?
Let me go back in time. This is a while ago.
Yeah.
I brought
first round money different.
Yeah.
So break it. Like, we want to know. Break it down. Like
So like my signing bonus and everything?
Yeah, I want to hear everything.
Okay, so
name, signing bonus, where you from?
Okay, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Got drafted by Jacksonville Jaguars. Signing bonus was 20 something $million. I'm not gonna give the whole thing, but my very first purchase for myself, I brought myself a Maybach. 2017 Maybach.
Probably one of the first ones.
Yeah, probably. I think I was in New Orleans. I brought my parents a house.
Much respect to that.
Had to take care of moms and pops. I brought them. I bought them both cars. Had to put up after my first time really writing a will too. Had to write a will.
Yeah.
That shit was different. It was scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wasn't really feeling it, but had to make some wise decisions for the longevity of our family and my kids to make sure they were straight.
That's dope.
And I mean, that's pretty much it.
And so, how much you would say that
I spent at my first year?
Yeah, net total. Out of the 20, Maybach was like 700.
Yeah, I had
600.
Let me not lie. I brought chains, watches. So the Maybach wasn't 700. Maybach was like $2 and some change.
Yeah. $250.
Like $245 probably. Like about $250 around that range. I say I probably spent, bro, to be real, $600,000.
No way.
$700,000.
There's no way you buy a house, a Maybach, and you only spend $200,000.
Listen, that's me being modest. You know what I'm saying? So, the housing market at 17 wasn't that high. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Especially
so if I'm gonna put a number on it, probably like 1.2.
Okay,
that's 1.2.
And
that's for me, like enjoying myself, having money.
Right.
First time around on private jets and just enjoying myself, enjoying my hard work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
First year went to the AFC Championship too.
That's
so,
right.
I had a little bit of that playoff money at the back end too. So
put it back in.
Yeah,
you put it back in.
For
you
sure.
got the Maybach back. I love it. I mean, again, like I can't tell you what I did. I did probably the similar thing with my little first M.
Yeah.
Got my mom a crib. We was living in a trailer, so I just paid the trailer off. I ain't really give her a crib. Yeah. I just paid the trailer off.
Can you talk about that though?
No,
like you going, from I've never lived in a trailer though, but going from a trailer to living like
that shit was dope.
A nice home.
Yeah, no, it was dope. The trailer was nice.
Yeah.
Like it was dope. We had a little double wide trailer in Carmel, Louisiana, and it was dope. I feel like where I'm from, like if you had a double wide trailer, like you was good. Like, so I grew up there and right on the Mississippi River. Mm-hmm. No stores, no stoplights, nearest town, Lutcher, Donaldsonville. So we had to commute to most places and, just to come into my town, had to get gas before you came into town because there was no gas stations, right? But, so I was a second round draft pick. Yeah. So I ain't had that first round money, right? Sure. So I was able to pay my mom bills off, pay her car off. I think I got my mom a car actually. I got my mama a car and I paid her note off on her trailer. Yeah. And then I brought myself a car, got myself an apartment, and it was work time. I didn't really have no.
I didn't know that. You stayed in the trailer, but I think from outside looking in, that's motivational purposes. Yeah,
bro. Look. It was again, man. I had the best my mom could do.
Yeah.
Like it was just one of them things where I ain't even noticed that we were living different than anybody else because that was just the situation in the community that I grew up in. Now looking back at it, I don't think our kids get a chance to ever really experience it or see it that way. And I thank God for that. But at the same time, as humbling as it was. I think I can only say that from being in the position that I'm in now.
Made you who you were.
Yeah, made me exactly. So, man, I paid her crib off and got to work, dog. Like literally, I was in Miami maybe like a week later. I got drafted in Miami. I was in Miami maybe a week later, ready to grind. Put the rest of the money in the bank. I ain't really do much with it.
Would you say besides your mother, being there for you, did you live by you living in a trailer, did that add more motivation for you to go out there and work your ass off?
Man, I was already motivated. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Yeah.
Like again, you know, my mama did the best she could, you know, and but I had dreams like beyond the place that I lived, the place that I grew up, you know. I always had like these pictures on my wall that were like California, you know, Michigan, Arizona, Las Vegas, all these different places, never knowing how I'm gonna get there, but knowing I'm going somewhere.
Manifesting.
Yeah, you know I'm going somewhere. And, you know, the work ethic just was one of those things where I understood at a young age that sports, especially football,
gonna be your way out.
It was gonna be the vehicle. It was gonna be the vehicle. We leaving with something. and bro, and it, you know, so you know that I just started getting into sports, playing sports. You know, a lot of people in the neighborhood, you know, I remember being in situations in the neighborhood, and I'm sure you could attest to this too, being in a situation in the neighborhood where you hanging out with the kids that you go to school with, grow up with, and you working out, they smoking weed.
For sure.
You know, they drinking, selling drugs. You know, I remember being in like circles in my neighborhood where, you know, everybody's smoking the blunt, and it get to me and they be like, nah, bro, you going to the league. Like, watch out.
Nah, for sure.
And they pass it around you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, no, I want to try. But at the same time, it was like, man, I thank God for like those moments, right? Because, you know, again, who knows where I would be if I did hit the blunt. You know, somebody didn't have the awareness to see me as a young kid running a levee. You know?
Putting that pain.
Bro, putting it in. Every time you saw me in the street, like, I had a football, basketball, or some type of ball in my hand, running the street, throwing it to myself. People thought I was probably crazy, like low key, like just because I always had a ball in my hand.
There's like a quote that people say, you are who you hang around with, right?
100%.
And I believe it to a certain point, right? Mm-hmm. Like everyone in my neighborhood was drug dealers, this and that, but they made sure I stayed on the right path, though.
Yeah.
Right? If we going to a party, man, you know your ass ain't going to that party, man. They might shoot it up. They might, they might have certain things going on. Right. So if you have them type of people in your life, right, that might could save you from certain, I don't know,
unforeseen things
in your life, listen to them, right? Because who knows? Jarvis wouldn't be Jarvis without them telling you, nah, you can't have this, you can't ride in the car with us to this party. Mm-hmm. You know, find your way. We're gonna make sure you find a way, but find with some people that we know that's living right. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that, bro, it just hit home for me because I grew up in that.
Bro, yeah, and it's tough. And I'm sure it was like a lot different from you, right? You grew up in a bigger city. Yeah. You know, I grew up in a small little pond. I grew up in a small community, right? Like you grew up in a big city, right? Yeah. So like your exposure to a lot of things probably happened like even at a younger age, right? Definitely. Your exposure, probably was to a bunch of different stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? And like, obviously I know, situation with your pops and stuff like that, right? Like, those are things that as athletes, we oftentimes try to figure out a way to block it out, to channel it, right? There's only so much protection our parents could give us, right? You know what I mean? And, I'm thankful that like people at those ages had enough recognition, right, to see the gift in us and shelter us from some of the things that could have ruined our lives, ruined our careers
100%
before they even got started.
100%. And, not to switch the subject, but we're talking about when, we got drafted. Mm-hmm. Then we have a couple of young guys in college who are about to get drafted who's about to see some real money, some life-changing money, not for themselves, but for their family too. Yep. I know my biggest advice with them to be, the first thing to learn is no.
Right? No.
Listen, it's the hardest thing to tell people that you love, but for you to be financially straight in the long run, no is the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. And I say that because you don't owe nobody nothing, right? Besides, if you want to, your parents who took care of you damn near your whole life. Yep. But, the fake ass cousins coming out the blue Or I'm your cousin off your mama's side. Or
I'm your third cousin from your auntie T.
You know, I ain't been around as much, but
right.
you know, I'm here.
Yeah.
Man, that's a sign.
Right.
They want something from you, right? And when I say that, understand this: the game don't change, just the players in it.
Yep.
Them women are out there on the prowl,
hunting.
They hunting.
Right. They know who getting drafted.
This is the game that's been going on since before we been here and before the players of the Himalayas been here. They will Google you, hunt you down, and find out what's in your bank account.
They know that signing bonus, huh?
Oh, they know it. So just like we've been training our life all for the field and football, they have been training themselves to get put in positions to meet you.
That's wild.
That's a fact, though.
That's wild. Question for you: how long did it take you to say no? Like, how long did it take you in your financial journey, or just like in your career, to be able to be like, no?
I think 3 years.
3 years. 3 years. And then when you said no, did that person leave your life?
Oh, definitely. Like, you a bitch. Like, you this and you that. You know, like, there's so many stories you hear when they're talking behind your back, right? Yep. You like, damn, I said no one time, and if I get on my ass, you're not gonna be able to help me.
100%.
So I have to save myself before I start drowning, and y'all can't help me.
I agree. I think I had similar experiences as well. I think I had a lot of barriers in place, and now I have a better team in place, right? I would say to young guys out there, look, that's gonna get drafted and walk into life-changing money, right? Generational wealth. Man, get you a great financial team. Definitely. I made a few dumb decisions with my financial team of just not paying attention. I'm focused on football and letting other people handle, my finances. Man, the more you know about your finances, the better it'll be, man. And I think it also like helps you in the long run understand how your money can work for you. It helps you understand how to be able to take care of your family, right? Yep. Like to be able to put your mom on a payroll, to be able to put your sister on the payroll, your brother on the payroll, right? And all within budget. So I think it's just really having a good team in place, man, and good checks and balances. No money if no money coming in, no money should be going out.
Nah, definitely. You got to understand this. When I say the no part, right? Mm-hmm. The people who's going to ask you for that money, they're not waking up 5:30 in the morning with you running sprints.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But they made you that. Boy, you don't remember I made you that little.
They make you feel bad. They do. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling all the young guys.
That shit was worth $300,000? That's crazy.
That shit bullshit.
Right.
Don't fall for that. That's clickbait.
Yeah.
Let that shit be. Today's show is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet, Florida Sportsbook. The Hard Rock Bet party is on, and your name is on the guest list. Hard Rock Bet is the top-rated sportsbook app that's super easy to use for both fans and former athletes like ourselves. You've got all the betting options and features you love, like the same game parlays and live betting. One thing that sets Hard Rock Bet apart is their legendary reward drops. Just open the app every Thursday and see what you get. And sure, Hard Rock Bet is Florida's only legal sportsbook, but you don't have to be in Florida to join the party. Hard Rock Bet is also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Florida, Illinois, Colorado, and Michigan, with more states on the way. So if you're visiting Florida, download Hard Rock Bet while you're here and keep the party rolling when you head back home. Right now, when you sign up, Hard Rock Bet will double your winnings on your first 10 bets, max $50. So if you would have won $100 on Miami to win at plus 150, make that $200. With Fourth and South, we'll be using their lines, odds, and data when talking about the biggest stories in sports, and we'll even take part in the action ourselves. Sign up for Hard Rock Bet today and get the party started with us. Can we talk about the flag football game?
Man.
Team USA versus the NFL stars?
Them boys thought it was going to be easy.
For sure. First of all, Daryl Doucette, my guy from New Orleans, major congratulations to you. I know the work he's put in over the years to put flag on the map.
Yeah.
And man, they put on a real show out there.
Man, they did. You know what it was, bro? It was like I thought the skill gap would be bigger and more in favor of the NFL guys.
Yeah.
I didn't think, some of these guys would be as talented. Obviously, it's a new sport, so for the NFL guys trying to put a flag, most of these guys are offensive players, influencers, you know what I mean? But you definitely saw the athletic ability of all of the flag football guys that like attended the game. Like it was crazy seeing it.
Do you believe they had enough time to adjust their game to that, or to get used to the rules?
The NFL guys?
Yes.
Man, again, as much as I think it's about the rules, right? I think it's also about, speed out there getting double moved. Logan Paul trying to, run, you know what I mean? I just feel like, they wasn't covering double moves, triple moves. You got offensive guys like D-Hop, all these guys covering, people that's like running routes.
Yeah.
That's where I thought the skill gap would show itself, and it didn't. I think those guys like proved that they should at least have a chance to put their name in a hat.
Yeah.
To compete in the 2028 Olympics.
Do you believe if the NFL guys had the proper time to adjust their game, understand the rules? Because, like, if you seen when those guys from Team USA was getting the ball, bro, they was damn near to their knees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's like they might have the upper hand in that, but if you give guys, I feel like in the NFL, enough time to study and to work on that, they'll beat the dog shit out of Team USA.
Hey, look, there's only one way to find out. We got to run it back next year, man.
Let's run it back. And how about this, Mike? Let the guys in Team USA put it on the pads and
hell
no. Yes, yeah, because I know
who tackling Saquon.
Well, listen though. I say that because I know majority of those guys have football aspirations of making it to the league or whatever the case may be, right? Okay. Just listen to me.
Yeah.
Let's give them a chance.
I don't think it would be fair. I think then the skill gap that we were expecting, we're actually gonna see. No one. Again, man, these guys are professional athletes in their own
way. Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, putting on shoulder pads and helmets at that size, all of these boys out there like 160.
It's okay.
155.
It's okay. They try to embarrass our guys.
Nah, you want that lick back?
Yes.
That's crazy. That's that
New
Orleans for you.
Yes, we need our lick back. But can we talk about OBJ catch?
Fire.
Can we talk about that?
Fire. Same hand.
I believe.
Same hand.
I believe off that credit he did in the game, he needs to get picked up.
Oh, he should get picked up regardless.
Yes, regardless. But I think that kind of added more fuel to him joining the team. He still has it. He's running. He's catching.
If there was any doubt about the ability, which that should never be in question, right? Even at 33 years old, he's still playing above the rim in the red zone, right? Even if it's a team that could use that type of support, right?
That's true.
Come in the red zone, third down, do your thing. We saw him. Obviously, a great example of that is when he first joined the Rams, right? They put him in position on third down to put the ball in his hands. He made plays. You're also talking about if he doesn't go down, he's the MVP of the Super Bowl.
For sure he is.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about just another guy. You know what I mean? So, having him out there, I think it was good. But then also getting the world to see that, he's still OBJ. He's still them three letters, man. That boy.
Man, I was so excited, and especially seeing, this is why I feel like we have the best school in the world. 3 LSU Tigers out there representing us. We had Joe.
I ain't like how they would treat my dog Joe Burrow out there. I ain't gonna lie. My man hit the ground too many times.
That's true.
Too many times.
And he's worth a lot of money. So,
man.
I held my breath for a couple of scrambles, you know what I'm saying? But I think we need to have that too. We need to, Mike, when you see this, we should have a former college 7-on-7.
You gonna be a part of it? What's up?
Yeah, we gonna be a part of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
now, in your position, I don't know who's going to start. Because that's a lot
I just want to play defense. I just want to make the team, coach, pass the water out, whatever it is. I'm good for it.
I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Former Tigers out there competing, having fun. Let's not forget that. Yeah. And just showing the world, their personalities bigger than food. You seen Happy's back dancing, doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was very exciting just to see those guys at LSU doing their thing.
I think for me, the thing I want to see, and I don't know enough about flag, so y'all don't come for me. But my thing is, like, do you have to play both sides, Or could we call in like our supporting cast and we get some DBs out there? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's a different game, right?
Yeah,
if we actually have some of our league leading, DBs in there, like Pat Surtain, some of these guys that's on the field guarding these flag guys, opposed to receivers. Like, I ain't never seen no damn double move. Like, I'm running double moves. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you might get me a time or two, So, I feel like that also is an aspect that this was more of a friendly challenge, but it's also tough to be a professional athlete and play in any game at any level and treat it like a friendly exhibition. And, the boys is out there really competing.
Nah, for sure. And I believe in my flag football experience, because I was playing last year. Yeah. I played corner too.
Hey, boy, you better go sit down.
But listen. We played zone though. Because there's a lot of mesh routes, crossing routes. So instead of you playing man and have to cover the whole way, he come across the field. I got your man, right? My man goes your way. You got him,
man. Look, on this team, you gonna be rushing the quarterback. That's about it.
Why you?
No, why you ain't about to be covering nobody?
Why?
First of all, you think you fast, but you ain't fast enough to be running with no receivers out here.
Why you? Nah, see. When people underestimate your skills, you have to prove them wrong. And he's one of the guys right now. Hey. I'm going to have to prove wrong.
I want to see it, man. Listen, stay off my quarterback. That's rule number 1. Stay off my quarterback. But shout out to the flag football guys, man. You guys held it down. Thought it was a remarkable event. Roger Goodell was there as well. So, 2028, it should be very special. No matter who's showing up for Team USA, it's going to be a lot of great candidates. So, it is March Madness time.
I'm excited.
We have Lenny's Locks, sponsored by Hard Rock Bet.
Yes, sir.
We need to know, man, who you got. It's that time of the year. Time to win some money.
You ready?
I'm ready. Texas, Purdue, who you got?
Texas.
I'm
going with Texas because it's an SEC school, right? LSU is a what?
SEC school.
I have to roll with the dogs, man.
I love that pick. Next, we have Arkansas versus number 1 seed Arizona.
Well, as you know, March Madness is the Cinderella stories.
We have an upset.
It's a lot of things that go on in March Madness, and I believe it's gonna be an upset. Arkansas.
Let's go.
We have Mr. Acuff Jr., top 2 pick in my eyes. Who was playing out of his mind.
Oh, yeah, he like that. He's like that.
For sure.
He's like that. Next, we got number 6 Tennessee versus Iowa State, the Cyclones.
Iowa State. They have the best 3-pointer in the world.
3-point? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love to hear it. Well, put 10,000 wins you over 191,000.
God damn.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's some money out there to be made. Trust me.
I might listen. I know you like my betting. Is that a good bet for me to take?
I could just be a guru. Can I be the betting guru?
Yes,
guru?
Yes.
Let me see.
Is that something Lenny should pick? 10,000 to win what?
191,000.
Can I take that bet right now?
I think so.
3-legger? Take it.
Why not?
It's good. So listen, my 10,000 will be ready. It's ready right now, but it's ready right now. But I'm putting that in.
Put it in.
190?
1. Don't forget the 1,000.
What can we buy with that? Smart purchases though. With the 191.
I don't know. I know somebody, that could use a little bit. I know you got it. I mean, I love just a little bit.
Yeah.
Half of that. I mean, I am the guru, right?
But listen, if you guys out there decide to go with my bet, we need half of that.
Fourth and South bank account. I seen the routing number, the wire information, all that.
Lenny's Locks. LSU's per day today, right?
Man.
How was your per day? Mine's, I had to come in a little slimmer, show them that I can catch the ball. Mm-hmm. That's what them 89, 79 catches came from.
100%.
I lined up out running routes as a wide receiver and as a running back. And Do you have any fun pro day stories?
Man, I don't. I listen. My fun pro day story, a funny pro day story, actually happened at the combine.
Okay.
I remember training for the combine, getting ready for the combine. Next thing you know, I'm there. Obviously, you know the combine is a grueling process. Yeah. They waking you up early. You go to sleep late. Then they want you to perform. You know, it's a whole song and dance. But I remember getting ready to run the 40, and I felt loose.
Felt good.
I felt light. You know, I just had, I think I did like 13 reps on 225. You know, I'm feeling.
You did 13?
I think I did like 13.
Okay.
Don't get on me, bro.
No.
I didn't do 13.
Wide receiver, I understand.
But yeah, you know, wide receiver. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, perfect. Like, you know, so I'm getting ready. But again, I'm thinking about running routes the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I know that's my specialty. But I line up to run the 40. My man sitting right next to me in the chair. He's like, hey, you can't move your hand until, you know, this. And I'm like, man, I got it. But now I'm getting nervous.
Yeah.
So I run the 40, and mind you, I think I'm flying. I thought I was flying, bro. Man, I called my agent. I say, man, what was it? That shit had to be like a 4.4, 4.5 at least. Man, he said, hey, Juice, pretend like you pulled your hamstring.
Oh.
So I'm like, what? He was like, it was a 4.7. He was
4.7?
like, man. He said it was a 4.7. I was like, no way. He was like, listen, don't run another 40. I'm telling you right now, don't run another 40. Grab your hamstring, tell him you can't run, and then just try to do the drills. So I get up there next.
Yeah.
I had to still do the whole thing like I was about to run, and then I had to say I'm not running my next rep. And then we get in this field position stuff, and I gotta fake like I pulled my hamstring. So I'm running, limping, running.
Oscar for this,
bruh, limping, running. Michael Irvin even came up to me. Michael Irvin was like, "I love your toughness. Man, it's these LSU receivers. They're out here tough. Hamstring hurt. He's still catching balls out here with one hand." Man, and it broke my heart because I'm like, bro, only if this man knew that I'm faking this shit. And plus, I feel like this is the part that I can get the chance to show people bro, I can really run routes. And my speed running routes is different than running the 40. I was nervous. I got some type of complex. I know it for sure. When I get to taking tests, I get nervous. For some reason, it's I have no idea why I'm nervous, but I just get nervous. So then I come back home to Baton Rouge to train, and I got to fake like I pulled my hamstring. So I'm doing hamstring recovery stuff.
Getting stronger though.
Bro, but I'm not getting better at the 40 because I ain't practicing it. So I go through this whole I think it's 2 weeks or 3 week period before your pro day happened after the combine. So I'm like, man, look, we got to start running. So as we got closer, a week and a half, 2 weeks out, I was like, oh man, I'm feeling better. My hamstring feeling better. So I started running. True story, man. Ask Mac, man. Mac he know this story as well. So I'm like, I'm feeling better. Then I go to pro day, run a 4.5. And I got a chance to run routes and, do my thing. And Miami took a chance on me. I'm grateful for Miami for that. But
so after you ran, you felt better though, right?
No, after I ran, I was like,
well, not.
I looked up at the clock and and it said 4.5. I was like, oh yeah, I don't need to run again. I'm not running again. I'm just running routes from here on out.
Ran 4.5 flat or 4.51.
It's 4.5. I don't count the other number. Long as it say 4.5, whatever the first two numbers, the number before the decimal and the number after that's it. That's the only part I see.
Who knew you could have won an Oscar, bro?
Bruh, that shit is still hard to watch. As this, I'm in disbelief that was a part of my combine story.
That's crazy, but so now it makes sense. You're football fast though.
Oh yeah, and I got faster when I got to the league. Shiftier and faster.
Wait, so you feel like you got faster when you got to the league?
100%. You better ask.
I mean, I watched you, so I don't have to ask no one.
Man.
I watched my guy when he was punt returning and...
But it's also like this. It's also when playing in SEC, you think that... I thought the game would be much faster. when I got to the NFL. I thought I'm thinking like, oh, bro, everybody fast, like it's a thing. And then I got to the NFL, and I'm like, this shit is like slower than the SEC. You know what I mean? And in the SEC, I was doing my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, okay, this is it. And I felt like I was, I felt like I was faster.
So I made that comment, right? My first year in Jacksonville, and it's like, oh, he thinks I'm like, nah, that's my honest opinion. It's like, it's the same.
Yeah. It's again, I not all players has translated from being an SEC player to going and being a good pro, right? But I think when you play in the SEC, you're facing the speed of NFL athletes every week. And in a Big Ten or whatever, you could kind of get away with, playing those teams where they only got one guy. In the SEC, there's dogs at every position.
Every position.
That run fast, jump high, hit hard. Like, so it was going to the NFL, it was like, okay, this is what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And then first day of practice, I'm like, this is it?
So speaking of NFL, right? And I know I've never had my welcome to NFL moment, right? Nobody never hit me, but my biggest one was playing against Luke Kuechly.
Really? Why?
He knew every play.
Yeah, he was smart. I've heard that.
So it's like, too. Like, so we had to run power.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's coming right here, it's coming right here. So, me, I gotta look, I'm looking at the side, like, I'm looking this way and this way, like, man, look, he tripping.
Yeah.
But the whole time, the ball coming up. So, for me, that was more of like, I had to, all right, you playing against a guy like that at a high level, who is smart as hell, who understands the playbook, who understands angles and everything. Mm-hmm. That was pretty much my only welcome to the NFL moment, just understanding, like, it don't matter, how fast you are. It don't matter how talented you are. If guys like that work at their craft and really study the game, bro, the sky's the limit. That's why when people always ask me, how was Brady, how was playing, I'm like, bro, Brady knew every coverage.
Yep.
Even when they try to disguise it in a crazy way, like they probably got this play on YouTube when he's hiking the ball under the center. We're faking a fake 35. He yelling to me, "Oh, Lenny's cover 2." As the play is going.
Yeah.
So it's like
turn to the defense.
Back turn to the defense. Oh, it's cover 2. Next thing you know, I set it down. He threw me the ball. It was really cover 2.
Damn.
So I see that, right? You got these young quarterbacks coming in the game. One of my favorites, we always speak on Shedeur.
Yep.
And I know they had the other young quarterback from Alabama. They might wanted to draft
Ty Simpson. I think I've heard some talks about that. Yeah.
Would you rather them draft a vet or
taking draft a young guy?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I think Shedeur has the talent. I think he, we'll see how the Todd Monken relationship and things go, but I think he's a baller. I think he can really get his guys involved in the game. They got a good backfield. It's really just more of putting the pieces together in a way that they play to his strengths, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they did that enough last year. And he didn't play a lot of games. Well, he played a decent amount of games, right? But, he wasn't taking a lot of reps with the ones until toward the end of the season. So this would be a good indication of this year would be a good indication if hopefully he can make that leap, right? Ty Monken was with me and Odell and Baker and all the guys in Cleveland for a year and a half before he went to UGA.
Yeah.
Then he went to Lamar. Lamar ends up winning MVP, right? Running the football, throwing the football. So it'll be interesting to see how that relationship works because, Shedeur has the gifts. I think he's a talented quarterback. So we'll see. I don't think they take another quarterback. I don't think they can afford to.
Do you like Ty though? I mean, I've seen Ty play, in the regular season at Alabama. He has the potential.
Yeah.
Right? I think the only reason they'll draft him is for competition.
Yeah.
To get Shedeur rolling and see how does he compete against a guy like that.
Yeah, but isn't Ty Simpson a first-round draft pick? He's going to be a first-round draft pick quarterback, right?
Yeah,
so
I think he is.
I don't think they could afford to waste a pick. I think they need receivers. I mean, I see a O-line haul a lot of guys leaving that team from the O-line standpoint.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, if we want to see Shedeur or any quarterback for that matter, that step back there have any type of success, like they need to protect him, and get some more weapons around him. I don't know exactly who their receivers are. I know Jerry Jeudy being one of them.
Yeah.
Right. But they had a tight end that came along as well. He played some good football for him. So it'll be interesting. Ty Simpson, I think he's a great player as well. He got all the physical features. I saw through Blaine Gabbert, your guy, on IG. Did like a little study on him and showing a couple of throws that he made, and I was like, whoa, like. He's making NFL throws in college. Yeah. Guys are not open. He's throwing them open.
For sure.
DB back turn.
Windows.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen. I remember coming to when Adam Henry came to LSU, and Adam Henry was like talking to us as well as Cam Cameron. Cam Cameron was also a Baltimore guy who was with that Super Bowl team. Mm-hmm. He was now our offensive coordinator at LSU. And their big emphasis at the time, Zach Mettenberger was our quarterback. Their big emphasis was like, if the DB back is turned,
gotcha.
It's open.
Yeah.
Like don't wait till a guy is running away from guys, whatever it is. If his back is turned, it's open. And that helped us be more of a successful offense and make a lot more plays from the receiver, quarterback standpoint. I think it elevated everybody's game. It helped the quarterback get better with anticipation and trust.
Yeah.
And it helped us understand that, like, bro, you are always an option. Like the ball could come at it, his back turn, the ball could come. You know what I mean? So
fun take on that, right? OBJ's our guy, but in my mind, when I was watching y'all play in college, I think y'all had like the first trio,
duo, yeah.
Duo with 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Also, Jeremy had 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Your quarterback.
Yep, Mettenberger.
What he had?
He threw for like 3,000
yards, right?
Yeah.
In my mind, I thought you were 10 times better than OBJ.
Man, that's crazy. You say that. I appreciate you saying that.
I say that because like OBJ made some crazy catches. But the shit you were making,
bro.
Yeah, for sure. But the shit you were making though,
yeah,
the diving over the head was that against Arkansas?
That was against Arkansas.
Nah, son, that was crazy.
Yeah, no,
but
man.
A lot of people think that thought that at that time though.
Yeah,
Jarvis is the one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I remember watching you guys, the one hand highlight tapes y'all had.
Yeah.
And I know y'all practice y'all ass off every day with the jugs after practice, right? Mm-hmm. How did you guys make each other better?
Bro, we just like, it was like an unspoken, like thing that we had between us. And as much as like we competed, we never really, and I talk about this all the time, we never like was like, oh, like I ain't gonna tell him this thing. Or if I'm about to go work out, I ain't gonna tell him that I'm trying to work out because I'm trying to get ahead of him.
I did everything together.
Yeah, we did everything together.
Yeah.
And it was like a real like, I'm my brother's keeper type of relationship, right? And it allowed us to grow as players, as men, right? We still had our own walks and journey in college, and he'll be the first to tell you that we had our own, journeys in college. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, like as much as we both were great players, we held each other accountable. Like, bro, you drop a pass, I need the push-ups. Like, even if we throwing outside of the WCA, like,
yeah,
bro, nah, you owe me 20, bro. Yeah. We can't go inside. We ain't going to get no pluckers. The pluckers on campus, man. We ain't going to get no pluckers, bro. You owe me no push-ups, dog. Like, and that was a big reason, man, that pushed us to a lot of our goals, right? And as far as what you're speaking on as well, is like on the field, bro, we presented two different challenges to defenses, right?
Yeah.
He was speed. If you get that ball in space,
it's over.
It's done.
It's over with.
I was more of a third down,
making one of the toughest fucking catches ever.
Red zone, like that was one of the things I did. I honestly, I would tell you, I prided myself on like being the guy like on third down, like. Throw that shit to me, like
we had the Fab Five, y'all was the Fab Two. I'm be real, like,
yeah.
And I was getting recruited at that time, but just watching y'all even compete against, TM7 and them, bro, like, you still making those. I'm like,
yeah.
And people don't know y'all hands, you were like, what, size? A 3X, 4X in gloves?
3X, 4X, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's
it's helpful.
That's nuts.
It was helpful. Look, we got a whole 7-minute highlight tape of just one hand catches, like through college. 7 minutes long.
Put that up somewhere, right here.
Bruh, I remember as we were getting drafted and some of the combine stories is like Jim Harbaugh like, bro, why don't you catch the ball with two hands ever? And I'm like, I do catch the ball with two hands. He was like, well, why did I watch a 7-minute highlight tape of you and Odell catching the ball with one hand? So I asked Adam Henry about it, and I was like, bro, where is tape at? And I think it's on YouTube now or somewhere now of like just us in practice in games.
You know how crazy that is though?
Yeah, bro.
That's not normal.
Bro, we trained, bro. We going into our sophomore year, we both looked at each other and we was like, man, look, there should not be a catch on the field that we can't make. So we literally would go outside of WCA, bro, where we lived, where the players lived, bro, and we would literally just throw the ball over each other's shoulder, catch it with two hands, catch it with one hand. Like the catch that he made in the Giants.
Yeah.
Man, I saw that in 2013, 2012.
Yeah.
Like, Ben saw this, right? So as shocking as it was to the world, I was just like, yeah.
That's him.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, finally, you know what I mean? Like on the biggest stage, right?
Yeah.
So even the catch that he made this past weekend with the flag football thing.
Nice.
It's like, bro, that's easy for him. Like it look hard to people, but like for him, that's really easy because he trains hard, But yeah, man, LSU and that time going against those guys, I'm sure same way for you, right? You went against my guy that came, that Devin White. Mm-hmm. He went to Tampa as well. Now he's with the Oakland Raiders.
A funny story with Devin White, right? The young guys always practice, and lift, freshmen
first
lift in the afternoon.
Yeah.
At what, 2:30 or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I was telling Coach Tommy Moffitt and Coach Moss at the time, I'm like, bro, he gonna be something special. I said, I don't know what it is about him.
Man, little dog.
But he's country as a strong. Like it's country as a strong. So we made him start working out with the older guys. Mm-hmm. And the next thing I know, when I left, I get drafted, he was the next guy up.
Yeah.
So I've always had the right guys around me that I can groom to make sure they become who they become. Mm-hmm. Right? And Devin know this, like, bro, he was hardworking. He's still hardworking, right? Yeah. And I think his payday is gonna come, right?
Yeah.
Because he deserves it.
He do.
And we speaking of payday, our guy JSN.
Yeah. Yeah.
That bag.
Receiver talk, I love it. Again, like he's well deserving.
Yes.
He's what again, don't come for me. But I like how the Seattle Seahawks use him because it reminds me a lot of me in the Dolphins playing in Adam Gates offense, where I could be in the backfield, I could be the third receiver inside, I could be outside. Like his versatility is something that I love to see, and they're using it to his advantage, right? And they're helping the offense clearly, right? So man, I'm happy that he got paid, bruh. And it helps run game.
Yeah, it does.
Having a guy like that, you fake a handoff to, a jet sweep to. Now we running outside zone and Leonard Fournette.
Yeah.
Kenny Walker back there, like
for sure.
There's some space. There's gonna be some lanes, bro. Can you talk about like playing with guys like that, right? I know your offense in Jacksonville wasn't so much like that, but in Tampa, you guys did a lot of multiple things. With Scotty would be your jet sweep guy and stuff like that.
Man, Mike Evans was our jet sweep guy at one point.
Oh my God.
Yes. But
6'5" of this man. That's crazy.
Running too, he getting it.
Yeah.
But for me, it just created another dynamic for the whole offense, right?
Yeah.
That was a pretty much stack-ass offense, and we really could have ran anything we wanted. I'm just telling you the truth. Yeah. Whether Mike on the jet sweep and I'm lead blocking for him around the end to block the nickel or the cornerback or the inside guy was the will. Mm-hmm. It really didn't matter. Mm-hmm. And when you have weapons like that can open up each and every part of the passing game to running game, it made the game so much simpler, right? And I can only imagine, as a quarterback, you have all these pieces where you can throw the ball to. It's a field day.
Man.
It's a field day, and it's all about just putting it together.
Yep.
And ego checking. You know, it's only one ball.
Yeah.
So,
but the best players got to touch the ball. Like at some point, either in training camp or at some point throughout the season, you know, you got your go-to guys
for sure.
Still. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we got a lot of good players, but like on first and second down, I'm handing that ball to Leonard Fournette and not, you know, Gino. Who's the guy?
Bernard.
Gio Bernard. Gio Bernard, great player.
For sure.
And it's ain't no shade to Gio Bernard.
Third down specialist.
Bro, he's a savage.
Yeah.
Beast. Right? Well, first, second down, and he's a value to the team, right? But on first, second down, like Leonard's my guy.
No.
Right? Third down,
Absolutely.
Gio come in. He's running my choice routes if I don't have a guy that could do it, right? To get him the ball, right? So I just feel like with JSN and what we're seeing right now in the landscape of receivers, right? Obviously, you have your Justin Jeffersons of the world, Jamar Chase, still guys that could do it all, right? But I think JSN is rightfully deserving of becoming the highest paid receiver on the market because he can do it all.
I understand. So I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
Going off the history of our colleges, at your position,
you don't.
Yes,
do not.
I want to hear from you because
bro.
there's a lot of debate going on.
Do not, bro. Listen.
OU or LSU?
It's LSU all day. It's LSU all day, and all y'all in the chat. I've been in Ohio. I lived in Ohio, right? But these guys at LSU, you ask them guys at OSU who they was looking at in high school and in college, what highlight tapes they was looking at. They gonna say Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know before the wave actually started.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all was the wave.
I'm just saying, Julio Jones.
Yeah.
I know they ain't LSU, but like, you know, for a long time, SEC was driving receivers, and most of these kids that we see now who are flourishing in the NFL, they ain't gonna tell me that they wasn't watching all of these SEC receivers
growing up,
do their thing growing up at watching their highlight tapes.
So
that's why I say LSU.
I love that, right?
And receiver,
my last question before we end Fourth and South.
Mm-hmm.
Football takes, right? You know, we're from Louisiana, and you know they have a lot of guys out of Miami.
Yeah,
and it's been a conversation that's been going on for years. You know, who's the better state? Florida's bigger.
3 times, 2 times bigger.
2 times bigger. But I will always hold my own weight and say Louisiana.
I agree. Why? Why do you feel? I want to see if your take on this and my take on this is the same.
I think environmental wise, it's the same. You know, we got the Pompano projects. Well, that's where Lamar from. You know, we got all the projects and all this from.
Yeah.
But I just think, you know, being from it's smaller. Like it's so much harder to make. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the grit we have.
Yeah. And
we just different. Like we built different.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? I've played with a lot of Florida cats that came to LSU who didn't last. I'm just being real. Who didn't last? You could put any kid from Louisiana around any part of the world. Yeah. We gonna last.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think that's just who we are. That's what's in us.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on that?
Man, I feel the same. I think I play with a lot of Florida guys.
Yeah.
My thing with Florida guys is what I see. I think they are like burnt out way too fast. Like, and what I mean by that, they have their, you know, college and NFL experience when they're in high school, right? Where like, I feel like by the time they get to the NFL, like some of them don't love it as much. And I'm not speaking for all Florida guys. I play with a ton of Florida guys that, you know, that's with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On any given Sunday, Saturday, still probably strap up the cleats right now and get down. Like, but one thing I noticed about like Louisiana guys is like, not just was it about being like raised different. Yeah. It was just like, it was something in us.
You gotta make it.
Yeah, man.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
It just felt different.
We have to make it.
Yeah, it felt different. The mentality was different, right? And I'm sure Florida guys gonna feel the same way.
Yeah.
And I respect it. I think it's two states that I think could damn near dominates the NFL football, right? From skill position at least. Most of the guys are Florida, Louisiana, Texas, and California. Like,
even you speak on Texas. CeeDee Lamb is from Louisiana.
Oh yeah,
he just got misplaced because of the hurricane.
You know what? Well, now that you say that, the top 4 receivers in the NFL is from Louisiana. CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Yes,
crazy.
It's real out here.
Yeah, I'm just saying. We just saying, cousin.
But nah, man. 4th and South, man.
Yeah, man.
Fun show today, man. Appreciate you. Today's my nephew's birthday, so gotta go enjoy the day with him.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know, so hey,
happy birthday, Jay, man. Love you, boy. I'll see you in a minute.
We're in like that. 4th and South, baby. We out.